Hi, I'm Mark.manney, and I want to talk with you about the killer app for Ethereum. There's been a lot of excitement about Ethereum lately, just based on the potential of this technology. The price of Ether has gone through the roof recently, and the reason for that excitement, and I think it's justified, is that Ethereum promises with the blockchain, a blockchain that's capable of building any kind of technology, any kind of app on. The point is to shift from a world of centralized control and authority to a decentralized world. So, if that's the potential, and that's the exciting thing about Ethereum, what I'm looking at is what kinds of technologies or what kinds of apps, dApps, would make that happen now. And I am starting a democratic autonomous organization based on Ethereum, based on a smart contract. It's called Infobeing. And we're launching, or we're building, and we're going to be launching an app called I Am. 2 words, I Am. And I will explain why that name shortly. The most exciting thing about this decentralized application is how it enables people to meet other people. Okay, so a big part of shifting to a decentralized world is to make that leap from trusting and working primarily with institutions toward trusting and working primarily with other people in a decentralized way. Okay? So if you look at the way the world works today, it's not really designed to allow us to meet each other, especially to meet new people, based on mutual need or compatibility. So the first thing that I Am does is it shatters that problem, removing the boundaries between people. Everyone is being in a certain way. Everyone is doing something. Everyone dreams of something. Everyone is moving toward fulfilling their life purpose in some unique way. And I think it's important to understand that nobody, very few of us, unless you're like maybe an author or something, you're not really going to do that in isolation. And even then, you need other people to promote your work. So there's no way to become what you're meant to be without somehow connecting with the larger organism of humanity. Okay? So it's remarkable that today applications like Facebook and LinkedIn, it's possible to meet new people, certainly, but you're still having to search through countless profiles sort of randomly based on likes or experience. And I found a better way to do this, and I think this is what's going to make I Am the killer app. So the way that we match people together, we help people meet exactly the right person, is you submit what I'm calling I Am statements, and these are structured sentences that live on the blockchain. Okay? So, for example, someone might be interested in hand painting skateboards and selling the custom skateboards to a niche audience of people who are looking for exactly that. So this person, rather than having to go and start with doing a website and having to do a marketing campaign and advertising and everything else, they're able to just type a sentence saying, I am offering, hand-painted, custom-made skateboards for 1 Ether. Now, someone else comes along and they say, I'm purchasing custom skateboards, and they're going to match, and they're going to be able to communicate. Okay, and beyond just this meeting functionality, of course, the app also has to enable transactions. It has to be a software wallet that stores Ether and transacts Ether. It has to, of course, provide the ability for people to communicate, voice and data. Okay, these pieces can be very easily integrated through third-party technology, for example, CryptVisor for communication, an exciting blockchain startup, or I don't know, someone like MetaMask for the software wallet functionality, right? Now we also are including smart contracts in the application. So for example, two people might want a little more complicated arrangement, some kind of agreement of what kinds of work is going to be delivered, the terms, the time frame, and so on. So this distributed application on the desktop or mobile device will allow two users to define the terms of the transaction and then be able to agree in terms and then confirm, both ways that the terms were met and the conditions were fulfilled. Of course, we can also provide a record for each user. By the way, our users can be anonymous, but we can provide still information about how many contracts they've engaged in, how many successfully, how many, So I'm talking about buying and selling, but the cool thing is that IM does more than that. Human interaction is not just about buying and selling stuff, right? It's about meeting people to fulfill our dreams, our fantasies, to maybe start a band or start some kind of art project or travel together or start dancing with a partner. For example, somebody might want to meet, let's say, a woman wants to meet a man based in Chicago who's interested in learning how to salsa dance because she wants to go to some kind of festival in Havana, Cuba next summer. This gets very specific. You can just type a structured sentence describing that I am doing this, not I want to, I am meeting a man in Chicago to join me as a partner in salsa dancing and to go to Havana, Cuba next summer, okay? So any kind of very specific, unique want that a user might have, you don't have to search through hundreds of profiles, you just have to enter a sentence and then you're automatically matched with compatible people, right? So unlike Facebook where you see a bunch of irrelevant information on your wall, with IM, you see people who fit you exactly, wanting, doing what you need someone to be doing with you to realize the potential of your life. And then you're able to communicate, get to know the person, you're able to form an agreement, and then you're able to make payment, okay? So what we're talking about here, and I'm talking about functionality, but what I'm really talking about is a new economy. Call it a people economy, call it a decentralized economy in the ether, call it whatever you want to, but it's very different from how things work today. Today, we have to get jobs, most of us, to even earn a living, because that company has salespeople who will meet other companies and sell to them. And so, this idea that we can't easily meet each other and do what we're meant to do as unique individuals, that's not freedom, right? That's service to the centralized authority. We're meant to listen to our teachers because we're going to get a good job. Yeah, it's not happening. We're meant to sacrifice at work because we're taken care of. Yeah, then we're laid off in a year. So, the centralized system, the banks are corrupt, and people want something different. And Ethereum, the excitement and the huge explosion in the price of Ether and all this is because of the potential of this technology. But what I'm talking about is a startup, Infobeing, that realizes the potential with a simple, elegant, ready for mass market app to be launched within 1 to 2 years that delivers the promise of Ethereum. Infobeing brings Ethereum to life. When I say bring it to life, I mean it changes lives. It does something in your life. We don't want to type on a keyboard. We want to be with people doing stuff that make us excited, that fulfill our fantasies and dreams, that challenge us, push us in new directions, and to make money doing it, to make that money in Ether, to save it in that wallet, to watch the price of that savings go through the roof and to buy services. You might want to earn some money, then travel the world. You might want to pay everyone along the way where you're staying in Ether, right? So you're able to find those places to stay on the app, make the payments on the app. Eventually, the economy shifts to this decentralized app, okay? Now, I haven't even told you the exciting part. I mean, it's a startup. We're going to do an ICO later this year. And by the way, right now I'm working on the creative and an explainer video. It's going to look really nice, and you're going to see how this type of art and this type of expression is exactly right for a certain kind of mass consumer that's changing away from the attitude of centralization, the media, and all this. Now we're free. We want something different, and this is an app for the massive number of people that are different and ready for the next era. Okay, so we're working on our website, our messaging, our creative, our explainer video, and that's going to be coming shortly. We're going to be, right now I'm also talking with a lot of developers. I'm talking with potential investors, and I'd love to meet you and get to know you and talk with you. And I want to tell you why this is an exciting opportunity. As I said, this is potentially the killer app of Ethereum, which I think I don't need to say anymore, but let me explain what it means to be an investor, right? So we're having an ICO, and this is a dividend paying token we're issuing, okay? So the revenue model is that when we introduce two people based on the IM statements, every transaction that those two people make, those two users make indefinitely on our platform, we take a 5% fee, okay? That 5% fee is immediately routed to your Ether wallet via a smart contract, okay, based on a percentage of tokens you hold indefinitely, okay? So imagine this grows to hundreds of millions of users or a billion users. This is an economy, and you're taking a cut of every transaction, okay? Now, do you think that token's going to be worth something, even before launch, when people are anticipating that type of response to this? Do you think that maybe after the launch, after we've established a revenue stream that's growing, that token's going to be worth a massive amount? Okay, so I think this is an attractive opportunity. Anybody in the Ethereum community wants something to succeed at this massive scale, some kind of consumer-based app, and I'd like to think this is it. This is it, right? We're going to make this happen. It's not a question of if, this is happening. It's a question of when and how, but this is happening, okay? And if you want to be a partner in this venture, if you're a developer or if you have some other role to play, I want to get to know you. This is an equal partnership, a cooperative, okay? I'm not more important than you. I don't even know how to code, but I know how to get certain things done and how to bring this together, okay? This is an idea that I've had for 15 years, but it was not possible based on the previous system of venture capital, based on the lack of a cryptocurrency, based on the lack of a blockchain technology to get this out of the hands of centralized authority. And I discovered Ethereum recently, and I'm like, this is it. It's time to move. I've tried many times over the years to get this off the ground, and it just didn't fit until now. This is what I was born to do. And if you feel that kind of excitement about this type of an idea, first of all, read the white paper. I'll send you the white paper. But if you do become a partner, roughly half of that 5% of revenue goes to us. Okay, so we're the founder of a new economy. It's a huge opportunity. Beyond that, we're offering an upfront payment, whatever you ask for, okay? I don't want to make this into a job because this is an autonomous organization, a democratic organization. You have your business and your life, and I want you to be happy. I want you to take care of yourself, because nothing beautiful can be created from a place of ugliness. This is not about sacrificing your life for 3 years. This is about living in a beautiful way now and making this beautiful thing to change the world, okay? But nobody should work for free or for some hope for future profit. So whatever you need, you tell me how much money you want up front in Ether, what you're willing to do for that, and let's bake that into the ICO and make sure you get your share. That should be enough to cover you until we launch this thing and the revenue comes. It could be a year or two, right? So there's no downside in this. If you're excited about this idea that is happening and is the right idea, let's get in touch and let's do this. Thank you.